So, this one that I want to show you is called Unfinished Work of the Universal Painter. After I understood that somehow I was the rebirth of the spirit of a painter that had gone on to the other side, and that I did a metamorphosis within to try and reach the forces that were driving me so that I could know what I had to do. This time I was about 40 years old, and my sister had invited me to the Louvre. I had never seen the Louvre, and I thought that it was a good time for me to go and see some of the works of the original masters and study the brushwork and study the light and get the inspiration and visit the paintings of the great masters, and to try and learn from them in a way that I could reproduce things a little bit more realistically, because that was a part that was missing in my art. So I had to be able to paint like the masters. So in this painting I gave myself a challenge. It is called Unfinished Work of the Universal Painter, and originally it was supposed to have a hole here where the painting was unfinished, giving room for somebody else to come in. It didn't end up that way, it just didn't fit. So the idea of this painting is that it is a study of the female being, okay, through time, and it's done in chronological order. The first one that I used was this statue of Michelangelo, where you see Mother Mary holding Jesus Christ. But if you look closely at it, it's not finished. This part here is still the rock that hasn't been carved. But you see that the woman is really big. Yeah? You see that the woman is really big and the man seems really small in her arms. This was never finished. That's why the painting is called Unfinished Work. And so then, of course, you're going to have to deal, if you're dealing with birth and rebirth, then you're going to have to deal with death. So here you have Valdez Leal and his skeleton with the coffin, running wherever he's running. He's in this long dark hallway, his skeleton with the coffin. And this skeleton over here creeping out of the mirror is one that I did on my own. So then, after dealing with that, then you have the first nude. This was Titian, and he painted the first nude. It was a fresco. Yeah, it was very, very scandalous painting. It was a fresco. And, of course, things changed in the art world. People stopped using fresco and they started wanting to get into oils. So that's why we introduced Van Meer. Van Meer is here in his studio, painting whatever he is painting in this other long, dark hallway. He was very important in the discovery and the technique of oil painting. That's why I included him in here. Then at the end of the hallway, you've got Velázquez, one of my heroes, as he would be seen in Las Meninas. In Las Meninas he was wearing white and black, here he's wearing red and black because he's in a long red hallway. And he's painting his Venus. Of course, the paintings, the drawings, the figures are as they were painted, but the supports have been changed. And the lighting has been changed, so I couldn't paint them exactly as they had been painted. I had to paint them according to the light that I had imposed upon them. Yes? There were many challenges in this painting. And then here you have Ingres, and he's painted the first whore. I love this woman. It was all, I mean, when I look at the details that I did, the beadwork, I can't even see that well anymore. I can't even paint like that anymore. I mean, maybe I could with a magnifying glass, you know what I mean, yeah? But I couldn't do it any other way. And so then, afterwards, in the foreground, you've got here your femme fatale, your lady femme fatale, the lady with the flowers in her head. I believe that Somewhere I have a statue of it. I can't find it right now. The lady with the flowers in her head. Yeah, exquisite detail. I painted it exactly the way you painted it. And then you've got your woman with the drawers here. I took this from a sketch drawing and I put my own colors into it. I made it mine. I always make a few changes in the things. I don't leave them exactly the way that you make them because I like to make them mine. And then here you have Picasso's fat sister just blundering through. And it's really just a study of woman and how she was used in art throughout the ages. The interesting about this painting is I've only ever seen one person in this painting. The only person I ever saw was your friend, Antonio Pinchot. When Antonio Pinchot died, I woke up in the night. This was beside my bed, and the only thing I could see was Antonio Pinchot in a blue pajama, in a high wicker chair, rocking back and forth, looking at me and smiling. This one was a study. Yeah? I hope you like it. But what I did in this painting was each element that I took from other famous paintings, I adapted to myself, but I stayed true to the style of the artist who painted it. That's when I discovered that Picasso really is a genius. Because when you study the lines, the way he does his shading, you look at it and you say, no, that's not right, that's not how you paint, that's not going to look right. But when you stay true to the way that he did it, it does look right. Here you see Venus is a yellowish kind of skin tone. Here you see the whore is a pinkish tone, you know. And here he's got dark purples and blues, and it was a learning experience to see how each painter painted and tried to recopy their style. This was really just a study. I like it though. I find the colors are very peaceful and beautiful, and it does have some magical qualities. Yeah, do you like it?